In this video, we'll be taking a look at one NFL game happening on October 23, 2023, and providing you with a free team pick and total pick for this game, so 2 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on this one NFL game after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. San Francisco 49ers versus Minnesota Vikings. Monday Night Football presents a National Football Conference showdown between the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. The 49ers suffered their first loss of the season, narrowly falling to the Cleveland Browns 19-17, despite being 9.5-point favorites. In contrast, the Vikings secured their second win of the year, defeating the Chicago Bears 19-13 with a 3-point favor. After averaging an impressive 33 points in their first 5 games, the San Francisco offense was silenced for the first time this season, recording a season low of 205 yards. Quarterback Brock Purdy had his weakest performance of the year, completing only 44.4% of his passes for a season low of 125 passing yards. He also threw his first interception of the season and was sacked 3 times. Despite this setback, Purdy ranks 8th in the league with 10 touchdown passes. The 49ers offense as a whole averages 31 points and 371.3 yards per game, with their rushing game ranking 3rd, averaging 148.3 yards per game. However, Christian McCaffrey, who leads the NFL with 553 rushing yards, had just 11 carries and a season low of 43 yards last week due to an oblique injury, making his availability for this game uncertain. Receiver Deebo Samuel was also sidelined from last week's game due to a shoulder injury, and he is also questionable. The 49ers defense allowed Cleveland to gain 334 yards in last week's loss, which was higher than their season average of 278 yards allowed per game, ranking as the 3rd lowest in the league. However, they have been exceptional against the run, conceding just 80.2 yards per game, ranking 5th best in the NFL. Notably, they are allowing the fewest points, averaging just 14.5 points per game. The Vikings have been competitive in all their games this season, with none decided by more than 8 points, whether they won or lost. This pattern continued last week when they secured a hard-fought 6-point victory over division rival Chicago. The Vikings' offense averages 21.5 points per game, ranking 18th in the NFL, while their total yardage of 338.7 per game places them 12th overall. Kirk Cousins is 2nd in the NFL with 1,679 passing yards and is tied for 1st with 14 touchdown passes. In the absence of his top target, Justin Jefferson, who is on the injured reserve with a hamstring injury, Cousins threw for 181 yards last weekend, completing 67.7% of his passes. Defensively, the Vikings are middle of the road, allowing an average of 331.2 yards and 22.5 points per game this season. They suffered a setback when pass rusher Marcus Davenport landed on the injured reserve with an ankle sprain, which he sustained last week. Although he played only 4 snaps in the first 3 games of the season due to an ankle injury, he recorded 2 sacks upon his return. Danielle Hunter leads the team with 8 sacks, tying him with TJ Watt for most in the NFL. Hunter also leads the league with 11 tackles for loss. The 49ers offense faced a tough challenge against Cleveland, managing just 215 yards, 15 first downs, and a 3-of-1-2 result on 3rd down conversions. In contrast, their defense performed admirably, producing 2 takeaways and limiting the Browns to 3-of-1-3 on 3rd down conversions. The 49ers have kept their opponents below 20 points in each of the last 4 games. Despite the 49ers' loss to the Browns, the odds would have been closer to 10 had last week's outcome been different. Cleveland possesses one of the league's best defenses, while the Vikings' defense is more modest. Minnesota ranks 18th against the run and 15th against the pass, presenting an opportunity for the 49ers' Kyle Shanahan-led offense to bounce back. The 49ers will aim to exploit their offensive strength against a team with only 2 subpar wins. Minnesota's passing offense will likely regress with Justin Jefferson on the injured reserve, especially when facing the 49ers' top 10 passing defense that allows just 197.8 yards per game. The Vikings defense, which heavily relies on blitzing, may struggle against Shanahan's quick read offense. Both teams are dealing with injuries, but the 49ers appear to be more affected. Despite their challenging loss to the Browns, they are favored in this matchup. The performance of the San Francisco offense is uncertain, given the lack of clarity regarding player availability. Nevertheless, the 49ers defense is considerably stronger than that of Minnesota. Minnesota faces a daunting task in this matchup, and it is unlikely they will remain competitive for long. Despite the difficult loss on Sunday, we're staying with the San Francisco 49ers. Purdy is expected to lead his team to victory, so the San Francisco 49ers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The last time San Francisco lost back-to-back games was the last time it lost at all in the regular season before last week. The 20-13 defeat in Cleveland ended a 15-game winning streak that dated back to last October. Purdy finished with just 125 passing yards and threw his first interception of the season as the 49ers finally met their match on defense against the Browns. The Vikings are not nearly on that level defensively, and their offense is simply not the same without Jefferson. Minnesota beat the Bears 19-13 on the road last week in a game Justin Fields exited early. Kirk Cousins threw for just 181 yards in an uninspiring win, while the defense forced 3 turnovers and recorded 5 sacks. Even with last week's loss, San Francisco's defense still allows the fewest points per game in the NFL. The Niners boast a top 10 unit against the pass, and they've been even better against the run. Cousins may be able to get the ball out to his weapons, Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson, but Alexander Mattison will have a tough time finding room to run against this front. A lot has changed since last season when the Vikings were automatic in one-score games. They had one of the NFL's highest scoring offenses and also one of the worst defenses, a perfect recipe for overs. This year, though, Minnesota's offense and defense have drifted toward the middle of the pack, which has made for a high hit rate of unders. Despite the early season success of Minnesota's passing game, they have gone under the total in 5 out of their 6 games. The Vikings are expected to struggle without Jefferson, as Cousins will rely on a rookie and a tight end as his primary weapons. The 49ers' robust running game with McCaffrey is likely to eat up clock and result in long drives. The Vikings will aim to take away big plays from the 49ers, leading to shorter passes from Purdy as the 49ers control the time of possession. The Vikings will likely take time to adjust to scoring without Jefferson, especially when facing the league's best scoring defense. Combine the trends with Cousins' well-documented primetime struggles, a tough matchup against the 49ers, and factor in San Francisco's star-studded injury report, and you have the perfect recipe for a low-scoring affair. Betting on primetime unders has been profitable this season, so we'll stick with that trend. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.